what do you do in a bull market like this if you have no carry forward losses to apply? If your written investment plan calls for 60% U.S. stocks, 20% international stocks, and 20% bonds, what do you do to rebalance? U.S. equity has had a huge run, and to rebalance, one might need to take profits. That would not be very advantageous tax-wise if you don't have any losses to apply. Well, here's the deal with rebalancing. Whenever possible, rebalance with new money. And for the first 10 years plus of your investment career, you should be able to do that because your new contributions are such a significant percentage of your total portfolio value, right? If you're putting in, $50,000 or $100,000 this year into your portfolio, well, just make sure that money is going preferentially to the assets that have been lagging behind. And that will help you to stay rebalanced. And there's no tax cost. If you don't sell appreciated shares, there's no tax cost to that rebalancing. You can use dividends the same way. We always have our dividends in taxable paid into cash so they can be reinvested into whatever asset class is lagging. So try not to sell shares whenever possible. It's also ideal if you do have to sell the rebalance, try to do it inside your retirement accounts because in your 401k or your Roth IRA, there are no consequences to selling appreciated shares. And so try to do that as much as possible. If you do have to sell something in a taxable account, it's great if you have some losses that can offset it. But if not, don't let the tax tail wag the investment dog and just bite the bullet, sell it, pay the taxes, and get back to where you ought to be balanced-wise. But keep in mind that the data on rebalancing suggests that you really don't need to do it more often than every 1 to 3 years. So don't do this frenetically every month. You don't need to be rebalancing all the time. You can rebalance once a year, once every couple of years, and that's perfectly fine. So I'd be pretty hesitant. I've never had to sell appreciated shares in a taxable account in order to rebalance my portfolio, because I pay attention to where I'm putting new money. I pay attention to which appreciated shares I donate to charity, and I try to keep things balanced that way. And of course, I can do some rebalancing inside the tax-protected account. So I've never had to do it. And I've been investing now since 2004. So in 17 years, I haven't had to sell shares in a taxable account in order to rebalance. So I just don't think if you pay attention to this and you do it intelligently, that you will have to do that very often. But if you find yourself forced into that situation, well, it's better than not rebalancing at all. If you want your questions answered by the White Coat Investor, record your question at whitecoatinvestor.com/YQA or click the link in the description.
My dad, your host, Dr. Dolly, is a practicing emergency physician, blogger, author, and podcaster. He is not a licensed accountant, attorney, or financial advisor, so this podcast is for your entertainment and information only and should not be considered official, personalized financial advice.